call on you. Please, we love your comments. Sorry. Good evening, Dr. Pleka, President Sugarman, members of the board, cabinet, and community. I am Tatiana Ortega, speaking on behalf of CSCA. I'm not sure if the board has been updated. I am now the second chair vice president for CSCA.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations again to all our Title I schools for the hard-earned and well-deserved recognition they received. FSD truly has the highest caliber of teachers who are responsible for our schools, reaching such high accolades as we celebrated tonight. Teachers, we applaud you. We also want to congratulate all the classified staff who work with the teachers behind the scenes to build a firm foundation for FSD. We work hard and do our part so teachers can focus on student achievement. Sorry, excuse me. With just about a month left of school, many of our classified staff are working hard to prepare for year-end closing duties and end-of-the-year celebrations. Thank you to all our classified staff for all your hard work you continue to do. With CSCA and a new leadership, President Tanya Bellicue and our team are focused on helping to unite and elevate classified staff. We are increasing transparency through widespread communication. After each of our PAL and chapter meetings, we email summaries to our members, keeping everyone informed and on the same page. We have various other updates sent through newsletters or through our site rep communication chain. We are also working on finalizing our CSCA Chapter 130 website. It will have our executive board's contact information, all our updates organized in one location, and it will be linked to our district website. We are also increasing our teamwork within our board by holding monthly meetings, keeping our main stewards updated on all issues as backups, but also as valuable training for the future. We are creating site-level PAL teams at every school and for every department. We are also working to strengthen our executive board's communication with department administration by setting up various PAL meetings. However, the most important change Tanya is focusing on is increasing communication from our members. She is making every effort to hear from the affected employees before making final decisions. This year, when classified personnel went to make a change to job description, she and Paul Dinas are making sure the classifications affected are personally asked for their input. Every member is essential to this district, and their voice is powerful. We are grateful that Tanya Bellicue and Tizak Castillo stepping up to run our chapter and steward program. It takes courage, vision, knowledge, dedication, and heart to take over such demanding positions. We are ready for the strength of classified to shine. Thank you again, Dr. Pleka, President Sugarman, members of the board, cabinet, and community for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just want to say two things. One, I wanted to share that the board was very excited to see about the new bench in honor of Al. That was such a compassionate, thoughtful thing you guys are doing, and we applaud you for that. And second of all, for tonight, for you and for our ISS team, and all the people who work so hard that we could film from here and translate here and go outside, film there, translate there, and honor so many people, so many children. It was only because of your efforts that we were able to do that. So everyone who had a part in this and your directors, thank you.
Thank you.
Please take that message back.
I will. Thank you.
Does FETA have a statement tonight? Carmen? Oh, there he is. I didn't see you, Mark. I'm so sorry.
Hey, well, good evening. I want to say thank you to the board and Dr. Pleka for recognizing our Title I schools and the teachers that do incredible jobs in making sure that our students make more than 1 year's growth, because oftentimes those are really the true successes of when we can bring people up beyond a normal year's growth. So thank you for recognizing what our teachers do. Again, my name is Mark Jacobs. I represent our teachers, and with just 4 weeks of school left, teachers continue to juggle and flex and improvise to do the simultaneously hybrid instruction of rooming and zooming. There are so many teachers that are doing the impossible each day. It would take me hours to acknowledge them all, so I'm just going to say a blanket statement to all of our teachers. Thank you for the incredible jobs you do each day. Today, I'd also like to give a shout out to our awesome PE teachers specifically too, because they've been doing an excellent job teaching in person and creating Zoom activities to do at home. So they're really kind of doing two things at once. They're teaching and also creating things for our 100% Zoom kids at home. They're engaging in interactive videos. For example, our PT teacher at Raymond and Acacia, Chris Davis, has always fun videos that he creates for our Zoomers while he receives our live students each day. He's teaching quite literally twice. And the time and effort to put these videos together must be daunting, and I know he's not the only one that does it, so thank you to all of our PE teachers who do this. I'd also like to thank our incredible SPED teachers who have been doing a fantastic job juggling room and Zoom hybrid instructional model while completing hours of work doing IEP paperwork, as well as holding meetings well into the afternoon and probably most evenings. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. The time and effort SPED teachers put in are truly commendable, and I really don't know how they do it, honestly. Additionally, I'd like to also thank Kyle Myers and Michelle Ruiski, who manage all the arts, as well as our all the arts instructional teachers. We had an all the arts session the other day, and it was great to have those sessions still be in place to go ahead and allow our students to experience all the arts, even if they weren't in class. So we zoomed in, and we made some beautiful oil pastels during our extended learning time. So thanks for making that continue to happen. I'd also like to say thanks to our Tech TOSAs, Susan, Matt, Phil, and of course Pablo and Wes. I know he's on a TOSA, but for making our all things tech work smoothly. We can see their work tonight, so thank you very much. And with that, we look forward to beginning the year normally and in a regular fashion, and we're anticipating that with impatience. So thanks very much.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you, Mark. May I have anything from FESMA?
Good evening, I'm Robin Gilligan, and I'm here representing our Management Association, and I will be short and sweet. I too want to thank all of you for honoring and recognizing all of our Title I schools, as well as Richmond for receiving the OC Parenting Award. It's a great night to celebrate. And I also want to add two other celebratory components onto this. We have two managers who have achieved their doctorate this year. You may or may not know. So congratulations to Dr. Helene Morris. And then we also have Dr. Jung Lai as well joining our team this year. So we're very proud of them. As you know, I just did that journey last year, and so Helene actually finished her last class today. So it is official today. A big deal. So congratulations again to all of our schools, as well as all of our team members who helped to bring our schools to the level that they are. And so this journey was done in collaboration with all of us, and it takes a team and a village to come together. So big congratulations to everyone. And we are getting ready to finish up the school year, but we're going to go strong into the summer. So we are not done. And I do want to do a little shout out to all of our managers, as well as to our teachers and our CSCA staff who are willing to work this summer. Even after a year of being exhausted, sometimes that happens, they have helped to make this happen. So we want to thank all of our team members who are coming together to work this summer as well. Thank you.
You're important. Congratulations, Dr. Morris.
And President Sugarman, I do have two reports, please, on behalf of DLAC and PTA.
Yeah.
Good evening. My name is Carmen Cerna, and I will be reading on behalf of PTA. Fullerton Council PTA presented our honorary service awards this morning at our last meeting for the school year. We are pleased to recognize the following recipients. Amy Andy from Sunset Lane, Outstanding Teacher. Heidi Ferlin, Hermosa, Outstanding Teacher. Dr. Scambray, Superintendent Outstanding Administrator Award. Dr. Cindy Bach, Principal at Laguna Road for Outstanding Administrator Award. Dr. Sanji Burge, Principal from Buena Park High School, Outstanding Administrator Award. Wendy Reed, Council President, Honorary Service Award. Carol Sue, Fissler Parent, Honorary Service Award. Sharon Iglesias, Buena Park High School Parent, Very Special Person Award. And ending with Kyle Stava from Fissler, Teacher, Very Special Person Award. We would also like to remind everyone with graduating high school seniors in the Fullerton Joint Union High School District that this Friday is the deadline for the Fullerton Council scholarships. Applications can be found in the High School Guidance Office or on the Fullerton Council PTA Facebook page or by contacting the scholarship chair, Sarah Budishki. Thank you, Wendy Reed and Christy Carter. And on behalf of DLAC, they state our last DLAC meeting will be this coming Friday, April 30th. DLAC is very pleased that the board is moving forward with the recommendations from the Multilingual Task Force to add the Korean language to the Dual Language Academy and to have 2 DLA pathways at the junior high level. Also, the DLAC families are so thankful to the board for their continued support of all of our students. We appreciate all the hard work going into the planning of the summer learning academies, which are very needed. DLAC would also like to give a warm welcome to Dr. Erlinda Soltero Ruiz, the new Director of Educational Services. We look forward to working closely with this great leader. We also want to give a big thank you to Dr. Julian Lee, Rosanna Fonseca, Alma Mata, Abraham Garcia, and Ivy Lee for their unconditional support and dedication to our families. This has been a difficult year, and we appreciate all the work that the district has put forth to help our district, families, and communities to stay involved and engaged and help one another. The DLAC committee will continue to serve the community by providing food drives. Sincerely, Eglith Nunzi. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate that. And I want to, since we're acknowledging people who have gotten honors, I want to acknowledge Erlinda Ruiz for her promotion as a director. And we are very excited for her. And I am sure that Chad, where is he hiding? Hi, Chad. I am sure that you will find a superior principal for that school because 5 people will be watching, right? So, you know we're always full of surprises, so you surprise us with somebody fabulous. Thank you. The next thing we have is advancing, now we're on no public comments, so we are advancing special emotional learning, and we have, I believe, a presentation on that. Thank you, ladies. The board appreciates the little pre-stuff you send us very much.
We're back again.
Well, we're glad you're here.
Okay. All right, so good evening to our President Sugarman, as well as our board members, and Dr. Pleka and Cabinet. I'm Robin Gilligan, and I'm here with...
I'm Helene Morris.
And today we're going to give you an overview of how we plan to advance the social emotional learning, known as SEL, along with mental health and behavioral support in the Fullerton School District. So our goal is to show you the needs and services that support this work, which was informed by our board goals, as well as input received from stakeholders through the LCAP process. And we will present these needs and services by talking through an FSD framework to ensure that resources and personnel are in place to advance our current practices.
Okay, so the first thing you will see is our vision. I see you, you are important, and you matter. So this is our goal for all students and all staff. You will notice that our framework begins with a student-centered approach. Students must always be the central focus of our work. Next, we have our two departments, Administrative Services and Student, with me, Helene Morris, and Student Support Services with Robin Gilligan. The framework is then, and I know for those of you in the back this is a little bit hard to see, but the framework is then broken down into the following 5 color-coded sections: Child Welfare and Attendance, or CWA, CEL, Social Emotional Learning, Mental Health, Behavior Crisis Team, and Special Education, known as SPED. We're now going to explain each of these sections to you in greater detail. So we'll start with under our Child Welfare and Attendance, we have academic counseling. So what does that look like? That our needs and services that we have are student mentoring, counselor collaboration, and resource alignment, junior high designated support. So what might that look like? That might look like us bringing in student success mentors to mentor students, us bringing in additional counseling support at the junior high level, and then coordination of those counseling efforts. Next, under CWA, we have our social services. So those needs and services are really connecting students and families to community partnerships, the coordination of site staff and resources, home visits, and reducing chronic absenteeism. And when we think about that work, our social services assistants and our community liaisons really come to mind. And then also bringing them together as a group so that we can coordinate our efforts district-wide and really have leadership in that area. Under Social Emotional Learning, or CEL, we have our PBIS, which is our Positive Behavior Interventions and Supports. So that's that individualized school site coaching and support. Our tiered intervention data analysis using the SRSSIE, the Student Risk Screening Scale for internalizing and externalizing behaviors, along with SWIS, the school-wide information system. And then also bringing in a multi-tiered system of support model where we're looking at student academics and behaviors and how we can really meet the need of the whole child. So with that, we need coaching and support and training for our teachers. We need coordination of efforts. We need continued and ongoing coaching. And then next, under Social Emotional Learning, we also have our CEL practices. So that's coordination of teacher support and training, as I mentioned. Access to and integration of the second step curriculum. So second step is a curriculum that supports the work of social emotional learning. And then the CASEL framework, which is a research-based framework for supporting social emotional learning, and a restorative circle. So how do we bring students together to build those relationships? So that might look like coordination of efforts in order to bring everybody together, training and support for teachers in order to meet these needs and services. And now I'm going to pass it on a downward click.
Okay. So the next section, we have mental health in the orange. And the first part that's popping out here is the educationally related counseling. Currently, we provide group or individual counseling at all of our school sites. And we also are able to do risk assessments for potential suicidal ideation of any of our students. In addition, we make outside referrals, and we connect families to counseling within the community. And then we also are targeting any areas of need such as trauma, depression, anxiety, as well as any type of crisis coordination. So currently, right now, we do have a coordinator who oversees this and works with all of our mental health teams and site leads and making sure that we're providing those services. We are looking to see how we can expand these services and bring it to be a more robust type of program. As well as evaluating also the staff that we have and how we can increase time and those types of things with each of our school sites. The second part of the mental health wheel is the wraparound services. We are seeing a greater need to provide and bridge supports from school to home and home to school. I think we've experienced a lot of transparency with our families this year, especially with all the Zoom. And so I think it's created a real positive connection to our teachers as well as to our school sites. And we're now able to really bridge together any types of supports and strategies that we're maybe using in the school setting and carry that into the home setting for parents to use at home with their child and vice versa back into the school setting. So that would be looking at any type of prevention practices and or strategies related to behavior. And so that would include, again, the coordination and training for our staff as well as those that are experts in wraparound services to be able to provide that team and be available across the district. Okay, the next section is related to a behavior crisis team or doing crisis intervention, behavior intervention. And this is really supporting intensive behavior supports. And we know that as kids were coming back into school after being home for quite a long time, it was like starting the school year all over again for our teachers and having to retrain the routines and procedures depending on when kids entered back into the school setting. And so we want to make sure that we have a team ready to go and support our teachers across the district for all students who may need additional supports. And that would be with leadership to help train and provide professional development, as well as a team to actually get in there and really provide those intensive interventions and kind of fade out so that the child could be more successful in their classroom setting. And then the last section of the wheel is our special ed, which is intact, and we know that that's educationally related services and supports for the students who qualify under the special education criteria, and the continuum of supports would continue along this portion of the wheel. So as you can see, that wraps completely around the whole child.
So now are you ready for the head fake? So the head fake is when what you thought the message was about isn't entirely what the message is about. So the head fake here is that there's more meaning to this circle diagram than meets the eye. This diagram's very theme, I see you, is actually illustrated as a multicolored iris of a child's imaginative eye. Do you see it?
Huh.
Do you see the iris of the eye?
Yeah.
And just like any eye, at the center is the pupil, or what we more commonly call
Cute, yeah.
the student. And so together, Robin and I want to echo that theme for you. We see you, you are important, and you matter. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Don't go
Good.
away. That's a great presentation. Does anyone on the board have questions?
I'm very impressed. I think that, as we look at this, we've done a lot in the past, but this just builds on it. I'm so excited to see the mental health piece of this with the wraparound services, because more than ever before, our families are going to need more services than ever before. And it takes a community to work together to be able to help our students succeed. So thank you. I'm very excited to see how this really looks once we bring it in. So.
Thank you. Anyone, Jenny, any questions?
No, great job, thank you.
Who is the coordinator you mentioned?
Right now, for the mental health is Jody Goodrich, our mental health coordinator.
Thank you. And so we are going to be bringing more people on next year in this area. And do they get a coordinated training, or how is that going to work when we bring them on?
Yes, each one of these sections on our wheel, there is a collaborative that's connected with Orange County Department of Ed. And so right now, currently, Jody does sit on our collaborative with OCDE. And it's really all the mental health coordinators across Orange County at all the districts. They do come together, share ideas, and then also, each of these, the SEL section has coordination with OCDE. So all of these components are part of what we would typically see as the pyramid, right? We've all seen the intervention pyramid, and the pyramid is not about students on a pyramid. That's about the services. This is all the services. The resources to make sure these services are able to happen is what we're really looking for.
And if I may add to that, at the next board presentation on May 11th, our intention is to take a deeper dive. So this is really the what, these are the needs and services, but then we want to go deeper into the why. Why is this work important? And then what are going to be the needs that result from these needs? So for example, we're going to have curricular needs. We're going to have needs for training and professional development. We're going to have needs for staffing. So talking about those things in a little bit more detail as well.
That's exactly what I was interested in, so I'll wait till May 11th.
Okay, very
And
So
good.
hold my
this was your,
breath.
this was your teaser. This also was a collaboration and an analysis that came from input through the LCAP as well as through all the survey results. And so we compiled all of that information together and kind of built it around the 5 categories.
Great, because the board is really concerned about social and emotional, not just of our students, but also of our staff. When
Exactly.
we all come back.
Yep.
I mean, it's a very broad issue. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much yourself. Let me get my computer to go back on. Next, we have the minutes. Do I have any changes proposed, Carmen? Did you receive any corrections or changes? Do I have any suggestions of corrections or changes from the board?
No, I move to approve the minutes.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Further discussion? Seeing none? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? That's a 5-0 vote. And now we come to approval of the agenda. I'd like to have a motion to approve the agenda as it is presented.
I move to approve the agenda.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, 5-0, thank you. Now, is there anyone who'd like to focus in on or pull a consent item? I don't see any changes here on the counter. Okay, do I have a motion to accept our consent item as presented?
I move to approve our consent.
Second?
I'll second.
Thank you. That's a first and a second. The only thing I wanted to say is on 10B, it's very sad this month. It's very kind to the people who donated, and we really do appreciate the gifts that we were given. And that's from Kroger, the market. That must be one of their, when you shop and you turn in the name, they get some money for it. And Beechwood Elementary for their fund. But I hope the future will see greater. Maybe the young lady who's friends with Kamala Harris.
People are busy.
People are busy. Okay. Do I have a motion? Could somebody, all those in favor of approval of the consent agenda? Aye.
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 Opposed? That's 5-0. We're down to discussion item A, approve sunshine of Fullerton School District's proposal to negotiate with California School Employees Association. And the next one is similar with the with Fullerton Elementary Teachers Association. Perhaps we can combine those two. Is that okay, Chad?
Yes. Yes, that would be okay.
Do I have a motion to combine A
Is
and
he
B?
going to talk about it?
And then we'll talk about it?
I move to combine discussion action items A and B together to vote on.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Okay, now, discussion. Beverly.
No, I thought that Chad might have something to
Oh,
say.
Chad, I didn't see you there, I'm sorry.
No worries. Just this,
It's been a long night.
starting negotiations for the 2021-2022 school year is a two-step process. At our last meeting, we sunshined proposals, both from the district and from the labor associations. And the second step is the proposals from the district to both of our labor associations are brought to the board. And once these items are approved, then we can start the negotiation process with both of our associations.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions for Chad regarding either of these negotiations?
I do. At this time, as you start your negotiations, start times, are they on this at all? Junior high start times to be
That would be included, yes, that's under the hours of work article, and that is included in our negotiations.
Okay, because with the changes and the mandates to start junior high later, that would be the time I would assume to start talking about this?
Yes.
For the next school year? Okay.
Any other discussion things? Okay, all those in favor of opening discussion, the sunshine with both of our teacher and our classified unions, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, Chad, you have your work cut out. Thank you. Next, do we have any requests from the board for future items? Not seeing any.
I'm sure that we have a packed couple of
We're
months.
adjourned, and thank you all for
Packed
staying
last
with
couple
us.
meetings, I'm sure.
Yeah.